Ladies and jelly beans, welcome to another edition of Mr. V Teaches Math. Today, what we're going to do is you'll notice that there's not a number beside multiplying fractions. It just says learning together. And what I thought we would do is spend a bit of time looking at some concepts around multiplying fractions. And so the goal for today is we are going to be introduced to the concept of multiplying fractions by whole numbers and multiplying fractions by fractions. We may even get into a little bit of multiplying mixed numbers by whole numbers, and so that will lead us into multiplying fractions, which is hopefully will be pretty quick. So that's that. All right, so we're going to work through some examples together, and just as an introduction, by way of introduction, there's some questions here like what's half of 6, and then what's a third of 12. Half of 6, maybe use a different color. Half of 6 is 3. And a third of 12, if we divide 12 into groups of 3, or sorry, 3 groups, 3 even groups, we know that a third of 12 is 4. Now what it says is that in math we write 1/2 of 6 equals 3 as 1/2 times 6, which equals 3, and we write 1/3 of 12 equals 4 as 1/3 times 12 equals 4. Now, note this bit of information over here. In math, when you see the word of, it says x. It actually means times. You can always replace the word of with a times symbol to do that operation. Now, one of the things that we haven't done a lot of yet is using counters to show the following and to write each multiplication. So we're trying to look at a quarter of 8 as our first question. So if I use counters, I'm going to draw out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is for A. And then I need to divide these 8 circles into 4 groups. 4 even groups, and to do that, because I know my division facts, I have 4 even groups, and each group is too big. Is 2. And so we say that a quarter of 8 equals 2. Now for B, we have 12 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it says 2/3 of 12, so we need to divide this into groups of 3. And again, I know my division facts, so the groups they're 4 circles big, and so 2 of those groups is 2/3, so there's 8 circles, which means that 2/3 of 12 is 8. Then C, I need 15 circles. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I want to divide them into 5 groups. And again, I know my division facts, so I know that this is how big each group needs to be. And then I know that one of those groups, because I now have 5 groups, I know that one of those groups is 3, so 1/5 of 15 is 3. Let's go over here. I keep picking bigger and bigger numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I got 20 circles, and I know that I need to divide them up into 5 groups. So there's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, and 5 groups. And 2 of those groups, there are 4 counters in each, so 2/5 of 20 actually equals 8. And then lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I need to divide this up into quarters again, so I'm looking for 3/4 of 8. So I divide it up into quarters. And I need to look at how many circles are in 3 of those quarters. So that's 2, 4, 6. So then I say that 3/4 of 8 equals 6. Now, all of these questions up here, because there's the word of, can be rewritten. So this one would be a quarter times 8. This is 2/3 times 12. This is 1/5 times 15. This is 2/5 times 20. And this is 3/4 times 8. Okay, so that's one of the different ways we can start thinking about how fractions get multiplied by whole numbers. So if we move on, this one's a bit of a different method. We're going to use grids and counters. So what we're going to do, our first question here, or our instruction rather, is to use grids and circles to multiply a whole number by a fraction and then a mixed number by a whole number. And so the way that that works is we have this question 4 times 5/6. So I need 4 groups of 5/6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out these rectangles. So I draw 4 of them because I need 4 groups. And in each of them, I'm going to draw 5 circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving circles from the one on the far right and fill up the empty spots. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it over here, scratch it out. I'll take this one, put it over here, and scratch it out, and take this one and put it over here and scratch it out. So now, I've filled up my grids, and what I'm left with, so I have 3 full ones, and then I have 2 out of 6 in the last one. And so I can say that 4 times 5/6 equals 3 2/6. Now, the other thing to remember is that you have to simplify down. So if you do the simplification, it's 3 1/3. Okay, and I can do that with my other ones here. I have 4 times 1 1/3. So I need 4 groups and this is going to look a little bit different, not too much. So I actually drew out 8 grids. This is like 1 1/3, 1 1/3. I fill one up totally, and then a third of the other one's filled up. Okay, and again, I do the same thing. I start moving stuff over. So I'll take this one down here, move it up here. This one goes over here. This one goes over here. This one goes over here. And then that's it. That's all I can move. So what I say is that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 1/3 that are all full. Okay. Same thing over here. There's 1. There's my second group. So this is 2 times 1 3/4. Oops, I need to draw a couple more circles in here. I have one all the way full, and then 3/4 of another one. Same thing over here. I need 2 groups. And then all I need to do is move this one over here, scratch that out. So I've got 3 that are full, and then I've got half of the last one. It's actually 2/4, but it simplifies down to 3 to 1/2. Okay, and then the last one here we'll do quickly. 5 times 3 1/8. So I got 5 groups of 3/8. And I do the same thing. I start moving stuff over. So this one can go over here. Oops, don't need that one there. But that one just gets scratched out. Sorry. So I have one full one, and then I had 7/8 of the last one. And those are some models of how to do multiplying fractions. So I hope that you enjoyed.